Greetings all. It is February 26th, 2023. I want to update people a little bit on where I'm at here with this channel and what I'm thinking. Because obviously the people who listen to me are a very important component of this. And I really appreciate your support and engagement. It keeps me motivated. So what's been going on to date is that I have been doing other things and then using all of my spare time to do this. The way I produce content is quite time consuming. If you have high quality headphones, for example, and you listen to my audio, you'll note that it should be of pretty high quality. That's not accidental. That takes a lot of effort and gear and technical know-how, which I spent a lot of time learning how to do. And I have devoted many more hours to this than most people realize. And that's okay because I'm extremely passionate about this. And I have some favorable transits coming into effect now that should further my ambition with respect to this channel. So recently I published a little short episode about doing astrology readings because I thought, well, maybe if I could generate some revenue from that, it could help to allow me to spend more time on my channel producing content. Because as a content creator, I have not generated any income whatsoever to date. One of the things that I've been experiencing is that I keep kind of getting downloads about things that seem very important to me. I'm a Sagittarian, Sun and Mercury, both in the 9th. And so my thing is kind of like the big picture. And I find that what is occurring right now is extremely interesting. And as is obvious, you can see that I spend a lot of time contemplating what is going on and why. So an ideal scenario for me would be that I can generate enough revenue to survive from this and continue to produce content and grow my channel. And like I said, I thought, well, astrology readings could be a part of that. Even though I'm working to do the readings, they are indirectly related to producing content. But I don't want to produce content just to make revenue, if you understand what I mean. I want my content to be coming from a higher perspective that is not really about making money. A lot of creators are creating content that they think will be popular and get a lot of views. That is not me. I am the inverse of that. I'm not doing this to be popular. I'm trying to do things. Strong chills here. I'm trying to do something that is substantial and meaningful. That is my top priority. But at the same time, like everyone else, I have to pay bills. And I have invested a significant amount of time and money and energy into this already. So this is not a plea. It is just to explain where I'm coming from. And I have thought about doing something like Patreon, which I've been mulling over, which would allow people to support me to create content that I give away for free for most people. I'm a little concerned about having to create private content for a small number of people when I feel like I should be creating content for a large number of people. But there might still be some way to work that out. I haven't quite sorted it out in my mind what the incentive would be, say, under a Patreon type scheme where you might have different tiers. What do people get for the higher tiers? But I think my general point here in producing what I'm doing right now is just to let you know that by supporting me, you're supporting my channel, and that it's not about income per se. I could actually make more money doing other things, but I'm extremely passionate about this, and I would like to be in a position where I can produce content as my primary focus. I have a very long and growing list of topics I want to address. And some of them, to be honest, would take days to produce really well. And if I wanted to get to a higher level, I would probably need to engage with other creative people like designers and people who work with videos and stuff like that to really improve the quality of my content, which I most definitely cannot afford to do at this point in time. So my audience right now is not particularly large, but I sense that there's potential there because I think what's going to happen is that as we move further along, more and more people will be aligned with my worldview. I tend to be ahead of the curve, at least I have been historically, and I've also had experiences in the past where I worked on things for a long period of time, and then suddenly it took off out of the blue. So that wouldn't be surprising either. I think, like I said, I'm just a little ahead of the curve here, as are you by definition. And people are going to be looking to understand and have a framework of understanding for what we are experiencing individually and collectively. And I think I can play a role in that. My main point here is just to let you know what I'm thinking, what I'm beginning to execute. I hope people realize that the only people who really make money on platforms like YouTube have huge amounts of subscribers and huge amounts of views on their videos, hundreds of thousands. Like it's only a small subset of people that actually make any income from advertising on videos. The vast majority of people here are not making any money whatsoever. Someone I know personally has a video that has had like 17 million views, and he's only at most ever made like a few $100s a month from it. I felt like I should put that out there because I think, like I said, my subscribers are a critical component of this. I'm attempting, I believe, to express what they are thinking and feeling because it's important for us to know that our experiences and perceptions are not isolated, that our perceptions are valid, that we resonate with other people and their experiences. And I have the know-how and ability to do this. So I'm acting on behalf of a larger group. Very Aquarian. And by the way, while I'm here, I hope I didn't give the impression that I could help people do birth time rectification for free. I can barely keep up with things as they are now. Trust me, from responding to comments to producing content, etc. And birth time rectification can be very time consuming. I can help with regards to that in exchange for some kind of fee. But if I was to start doing that on a volunteer basis, I would have zero time. I just can't. So I apologize if I was confusing in that regard. And Stacy, if you're listening, I replied to your email on Friday, but it was not able to be delivered to your email address. All right, that's all for now. Take care, and I'll talk to you again soon.